Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Happy Tuesday. How's everyone doing today? What's going on, John? What's going on, Dave D? Long time no see. How you doing, my friend? Let's see. Hey, what's going on, guys? Bitcoin chilling at 113,930 and 55 cents. A little rejection at 114,449. We are holding support at 113,155 though. We haven't quite made it there at this moment. We do have this thing that's kind of like incredibly in the way, but I guess I'm gonna leave it there, even though we're totally not hitting it. I believe Marty Party, or I'm sorry, Stock Money Lizards was calling for 130 by the end of September. I'm just gonna delete it. Let's go refresh our liquidation heat map and see where we're at. Get some of these on the chart. Right there. Okay. Ooh, been quite a volatile day today, it seems, which is kind of cool. Around to the 12-hour. There we go. So down below, we got 113,246. And then the bottom of that cloud, I'm going to go all the way down here, 110,566. 110,5, what did I say, 66? I don't remember. I did. Okay, cool. And then up top, 114,753. Man, my brain is like quitting today. It's the weirdest thing. 114,753. And then up top, 116,679. Okay, cool. So we are lingering in between those zones. Okay, earlier I mentioned that we hit support and resistance, and that's not what those lines were. So I apparently just made stuff up. So I guess ignore that. John said, hey, September's not over yet. We could pump 17K in 30 minutes or so, right? Yeah. What's the monthly candle look like, actually? That's a good question. Huh. Yeah. What? What is... Okay, the other one's just covered in stuff. Okay. When did this chart get so clean? Am I crazy? Maybe it's the wrong one. It is the wrong one. Interesting. Okay, my bad. Oh well. I mean, I don't see anything on there that I need. So we are close to getting bullish engulfing, but it's not quite. So I'm going to assume that it's just going to close and then continue to pump for October. Although I would not be surprised to see a wick down first and then the pump, just to scare the bulls. But I'd say it's pretty positive monthly close. Bitcoin looking good. We are down 0.27% on the day. Nothing too crazy. We've been just kind of sweeping liquidity, honestly. A lot of volatility up and down to liquidate bulls and bears. We're flushing out the leverage, which is awesome. It makes sense heading into the end of the month as well. Bitcoin dominance 59.08. We are up 0.44% on Bitcoin dominance. If we get a double top here and we reject again at this 59.2, that would be ideal for altcoins. Let's see what comes of it. Might have bearish div here. If we get a reaction here, then we will for sure have bearish div, which could potentially push the percentage down for Bitcoin dominance. I'm not sure how relevant TA is on the dominance chart, but we're going to try. ETH is down 1.86% on the day, currently trading at 41.36. We did break below 41.65 after rejecting 42.40. And I suppose if we're going to continue down, 4K is going to be our next zone of support, our next support level. We did get a bearish cross over the moving average in the RSI, where it also came back up and rejected. So that is signaling downside, as well as a red dot on our momentum wave on Market Cipher. Volume looks okay. I would love to close above this 41.65, but you know, we only got 30 minutes to do so. So we gotta see some volume out of these altcoins if we want some semblance of bullish momentum. I think Flexa pointed out in the Discord earlier, he's thinking that we get one more flush just to scare some folks before Q4 October begins. And I feel like I kind of agree with that, because that would be the easiest way to, I don't know, inflict max pain. The market maker is like a sadist, so there's really no reason needed. Sol is down 1.96% on the day, currently trading at 208.57. The fact that we're holding above 200 is everything I need to know. We do have a upper trend line resistance that we are watching. I would like to see, because this is kind of doing this thing, I would like to see that next step up and then maybe hold above that upper trend line, which is a lower trend line after this apex. So, but we'll see what comes of it. We did get the same thing over here, bearish cross over the moving average and the RSI, and it came back up to confirm resistance. So the potential downside is here as well. Drummer said, don't forget to like and subscribe, everyone. We do also have a red dot on our momentum wave. Total 3, down 1.12% on the day, seemingly rejecting the purple trend line. So support, break, resistance, support at 107. And I guess we got to make it our second attempt to get above that purple trend line. The fractal is slowly but surely becoming less and less possible. I can keep scooting it. Luckily, the pattern is playing out identical every single time. So, but we got to watch, wait and see. J Shear 2.0 said, "Sup family? What's going on, J Shear 2.0?" Yeah, I want to get above the purple trend line, which should be right around 109, 110, probably 109. 1.09 trillion on total 3. 8 is down 0.2% on the day, currently trading at 80.44. If we close above 80, I'll be happy. That's kind of all I want to see. We got 20 minutes remaining until the daily close contest, so make sure you guys stick around for that. SNEK is down 1.92%, trading at 37.64, same as yesterday. Let's get above 38.53 and then start talking about 40. We are doing like a little ladder up thing. I don't know. Can I fudge this? Hold on. We get a little bump, get a little bump, get a little bump. Yeah, let's just bump our way up. Giovanni Fontes said, yo, what's going on, Giovanni? XRP is down 1.42% on the day, currently trading at 283.94. XRP is kind of lingering in between $2.75 and $3. So let's see, we like rejected 290, which is kind of a midpoint. And it does look like it's curling back down. XRP also has this bearish cross over the moving average and the RSI, and a rejection signaling further downside. And you got your red dot on your momentum wave also signaling downside. So downside potential is definitely there. 275 should act as support. We'll see if we get to that point at all. HBAR is down 1.07% on the day, currently trading at 21.44. 22 should be the next stop if we're going to continue to the upside. It's kind of doing the same thing that everything else is doing, where it's just lingering like sideways and the volume is really not there. You do have a green dot on your momentum wave, which is good. And your RSI, there we go. RSI is kind of just dancing around this moving average, so nothing really crazy going on there. SWE is down 0.82% on the day, currently trading at 325.35, which is right above 325.13. Not that that's 1000% accurate, but what I would like to see out of SWE is a rebound up to 342, and then a linger around there, so that way I can be correct about this stupid blue line. So we'll watch, wait, and see. The close is going to be a big one because it is the monthly close and the close for Q3. This is the final day of Q3. So everyone say goodbye to probably the most boring quarter we've ever sat through as far as price action goes. Even though Bitcoin is at like $110,000 consistently, altcoins have done nothing, and it has been incredibly boring. So let's hope that Satoshi gifts us with some, at least some volatility for Q4. Like real volatility, not just like, oh no, the price went up and then it went right back down to the same price that it was before it went up. That's not really like entertaining volatility in my opinion. But we'll wait. We'll wait and see. Ondo is down 1.56% on the day, currently trading at 87.97, holding very nicely above this 87.6 level, which is a midpoint in between 84 and 90. I would like to see a break back above 90. Volume actually looks good here. Volume is responding appropriately to this potential buy opportunity if you are a Ondo maxi. Yeah, it's kind of just establishing a nice little base right here in between this midpoint and 90 cents. So let's see if that results in some upside. RSI very much lingering around that moving average. Momentum wave does have a green dot, so potential upside is there. Arrow is down 2.32% on the day, currently trading at 101, right above 101.003, which seems to be a midpoint in between 96.2 and 104. We're above $1, which is kind of all that you can ask for. $1 is a nice big psychological zone, psychological level. You have a red dot on your momentum wave, pointing to the downside, still in play, and your RSI did get a bearish cross over the moving average and has since rejected and is continuing to the downside. So we'll see if that rebounds and we can get back above 104. Otherwise, 96.2 probably in the cards. Pinlink is down 6.66% on the day, still lingering at that 39.93 level. It just keeps going back there and bouncing off of it like a, I don't know, like a bouncy magnet. And frequently rejecting sort of the midpoint, right around 46. So I suppose 46 is going to be that important level that we want to break. Well, no, 46 is actually pretty much higher than, or not much higher. It's just higher than the midpoint. Midpoint's like 44.8. Yeah, we'll just call it that. So let's get above that 44.8 level. We seem to be struggling around there. I mean, we are establishing volume, though. We're establishing a nice base in between that 44.8 and 39.9. Yeah, RSI slowly grinding up, which is interesting. We did get a bearish cross over the moving average, and we are potentially rejecting as we speak. Red dot on the momentum wave still playing out. Let's see if we can get a turnaround for Pinlink. Renders down 2.47% on the day, currently trading at 332. I guess we got a midpoint reaction at 330. Can we hold that and break above 350? Or are we going to continue to linger in between these price levels and establish a base before an eventual break up or down? We did get a bearish cross over the moving average and the RSI, which is since rejected. And red dot on your momentum wave is playing out. Render had a confirmed green dot back here actually on Market Cipher, so that might be gearing up for a pretty decent sized move to the upside. We'll have to wait and see if that is relevant or not. Stellar is down 2.18% on the day, currently trading at 36.37. Let's see, we got, it's kind of in like a ascending, broadening wedge, maybe it's just an ascending channel even. Yeah, it could be either one. Bearish cross over the moving average and the RSI, which is rejecting, and red dot on your momentum wave, which is pointing to the downside, still in play. We are sitting right below 36.51 at 36.37. If we close below that, we're probably, I don't know. It looks like it's got a relatively decent structure here. So I would not be surprised to see this continue to do that, which is going to make a lot of people miserable because everyone's going to long here, short here, long here, short here, and then when it continues up and they realize they could have just kept this stupid long open and they'd be up like 5%, they're going to rip their hair out. All about patience and perspective. Polkadot is down 2.19% on the day, currently trading at 389. Polkadot has been nice between $3.78 and $4. It is perfectly minding its manners, minding its own business, holding within these little areas. We got M, we got W, we got M. It's just a non-stop MWM fest. which is quite interesting. So let's see if Polkadot can get back above $4. You got unconfirmed green dots galore. You did get a bearish cross over the moving average on the RSI, which is since rejected. And you do have a red dot pointing the downside. So downside, further downside is definitely still a possibility. Drummer said, "Who's this?" I don't know who that is. Is that one of my stickers? No, it's not. I don't know who that is. It looks like Josh from Drake and Josh. I have no clue. Or Drake? Maybe it looks like Drake. That's what I meant. Cheers. Happy Tuesday. Is that JonTron? I have no clue. Okay, Fartcoin struggling to get above 61.94. Like, really struggling. It's just kind of really trying to get above that, and it can't. Your momentum wave, I don't know. You got a green dot, but it seems very flat. Like there's a little bit of volatility there, but it doesn't really seem like much is happening. Volume could be better. Your RSI is dancing around the moving average. Not a whole lot going on with Fartcoin, which leads me to believe that there should be a move soon. I really have no idea. Drummer said, "I don't know what's in my emoji list today. It's usually not there." Well, you're not a channel member on my channel, so I know it's not mine. And I can see mine. It doesn't say. You can usually click on it and it'll tell you what it is. Like if I send this, I can click on it. No, actually, never mind, I lied. Okay, apparently YouTube just doesn't function like anything else. I have no idea who that is. I really want to know, though. It's quite a mystery. It's just some random Irish-looking fellow. Okay, CAS is down 2.36% on the day. See, CAS actually looks like it's in a downtrend, which is technically bullish because downtrends usually actually break to the upside. However, we do seem to be rejecting pretty harshly that 76.29 level. So we'll see if we continue to the downside. If we do, 72.40, maybe some temporary support. Otherwise, 68.96 is going to be next in line. RSI, bearish cross over the moving average. Satoshi? That's not Satoshi. I said Irish. It's a unique hat as well. I mean, you should know what channel memberships you have, Drummer. It's definitely got to be from a channel membership. It's not just some random YouTube thing. Red dot on the momentum wave on Market Cipher. I don't know. CAS and Fartcoin and DOT. Kind of disappointing. But it is what it is. Avalanche looking really good. Down 1.51% on the day. It is sitting above 29.51 at 29.95. If we could break above 30 and close above 30, that would be awesome. Even better, 31. But we'll see. We got resistance, support, and resistance at that 31 level, which is a midpoint in between 29.51 and 32.50. So let's see if we can gather enough momentum to get above that. We do have a green dot on our momentum wave and Market Cipher. No, I'm sorry. Your RSI did break bearish and then bullish again over that moving average. So it does kind of seem to be just dancing around it rather than acting as support and resistance, specifically on Avalanche. This green dot so far has proved to be a good buy-in point for Avalanche because number go up. Tom Salksoat said, "Yo, what's going on?" Drummer said, "I don't think I have any unless it was gifted." That's possible. Yeah, check your gifted subs. I get stuff all the time. I always feel bad when I get gifted subs because they're like, or gifted memberships. They're like, "Been gifted a membership to so and so," and I'm like, I don't even. And I think that they do. Somebody pointed out here a while ago that YouTube probably does that to get people who aren't as active in the chat to actually show up, and that makes a lot of sense to me. but sometimes I'll get one for like somebody who I just don't watch on a regular basis, and I feel bad because I feel like the people who are like loyal in the chat are a little more deserving of a gifted membership than like me, you know? What the hell am I going to do with it? It just feels like a waste, and it makes me feel bad. But Avalanche looks really good. Let's see if we can get above 31. Close above 30 would be awesome. Chainlink is down 1.89% on the day. Potential inverse head and shoulder here. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. It's sloppy, but it is there. And my target, my frugal target, would be maybe 20. I'm going to just call it 23. So potential break to the upside to get to 23. We do have a red dot in our momentum wave point to the downside, and your RSI did break bearish below the moving average and has since rejected. So downside is definitely in play for Chainlink. If we don't get above 2167, a close above 2167 would be ideal, but we might not get that. Our midpoint is going to be around 2080. I'm going to call it 2083, I suppose. Nothing really crazy going on here. The fractal, which has been almost, I would argue, like 70% inaccurate, is pointing to some significant downside for Chainlink. What if I said left you present in Discord, JJ, for after show? Okay, I will look at it after the show. Thank you, Waterfly. Doge is down 1.07% on the day, currently trading at 23.22. Let's see, 23.22. We got a nice, what do we have? That's nice. We're sitting above the purple midpoint, which is around 23. I guess a close above that 23-cent mark would be ideal. That's probably the closest we're going to get to some semblance of bullishness. We do have a green dot on our momentum wave with potential upside implications. Outside of that, there isn't much going on here. Hopefully number go up. We'll see what happens. Volume could be a little bit better. Volume is like surprisingly bad right now. But again, you know, let's close above this 23-cent level and let's start talking about 24.13. Near is down 5.8% on the day, currently trading at 261. Let's see, we got a break below the purple trend line and resistance and a break below 269. We're sitting at 261 right now. Kind of a midpoint in between 251 and 269. Volume's dropping. I don't know. With near, I suppose it would not be crazy to think that we're probably coming down to retest this purple trend line, which was sloppy resistance. I guess it has some decent confluence. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points of confluence. So the line is relevant. I don't know. I would like to see near do something. This like choppy, because I feel like it's been 260 something. I guess for a month, for a solid month, maybe even longer. It's and maybe this is me being a little desensitized to the lack of volatility, but this range between like $2.30 and $3 seems so small and boring and miserable. Look how long it's been trading at this price. Like, can we get some price action, please? And maybe that's just because I'm not taking advantage of the range, but maybe traders love it. Who knows? 261.7. We're probably not financial advice, going down to 245. Although the RSI is on the lower half, we could see oversold before it gets to there. I don't know. We'll keep an eye on it. Pengu is down 0.96% on the day, currently trading at 0.0278. Kind of bouncing off of 27, 20, what is that, 26.5, 26.6. yeah, we're just kind of establishing volume in between 25.7 and 29.9, which is not really significant. It's doing the same thing everything else is doing with the RSI dancing around your moving average. You do have a green dot in your momentum wave pointing to the upside, so we could see a test of 29.9. All eyes on everything for this Q3 close and monthly close. Manny Vera said thoughts on October or buy the dip and then buy that dip. I'm thinking, Flexa mentioned in the Discord that he thinks that we're probably going to have one last dip to scare people before October begins, or before Q4, like, Supercycle moonage begins. And I tend to agree with that theory, because the market maker likes to make people cry. And people actually cry. Tom Salkscoat said, saying Fartcoin is disappointing is funny to me because, well, it's Fartcoin. Never trust a Fartcoin. Drummer posted like a little wiener. It's like receding from the cold or something. All right, guys. Silver, still going crazy. 46.67, looking good. DXY, 97.81. Nobody really cares. MicroStrategy, holding its own at 320. NASDAQ and S&P, actually S&P looks great. NASDAQ looks like a little sideways mess. Bitcoin dominance hopefully rejecting 59. And Bitcoin itself, let's get down to the 1 minute time frame, because you guys got less than 1 minute to get your guesses in, or to begin getting your guesses in for the daily close contest. 30 seconds remaining. Transition over to our game page. Very cool. Micropene chart pattern. I mean, tell me that's not what that is. That's like you gained a little bit of weight and you realize that like you got like a little pubic pouch, and it has increased and slowly like sucked in your wiener, and you're like, oh crap. Ladies and gentlemen, get your guesses in for the daily close contest. You got approximately 5 minutes to get your guesses in. Tom Selleck said, LOL, one last dip for the 20th time. Yeah, this is the last one, I swear. Tremor said Micropene chart pattern. Tom Selleck said Ben Cowan said he thinks Bitcoin dominance goes back up a bunch again. He said that for September, though, and he was wrong. So where's my apology, Ben? Tom Selleck said, I think he's wrong, but we will see. Plexus cracking up. Manny Vera said, until the next dip. Tom Selleck LOL. One last dip. One last dip. That's what we're getting. It's literally, there's a million memes of like people in like the old folks' home. They're like, it's gonna be alt season soon. And they're like, okay, Grandpa, let's go get your oatmeal. All right, we got some daily close contest submissions. We got Flexa coming in with 113,935.22. We got Tom Selleck with 114. We got Dremmer with 115,709. We got Giovanni Fontes with 113,999. Justin said, I think we get test for a wick on the monthly candle. I think we could engulf the candle for the first partial weekly candle. Would close Sunday after, I think, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday accumulation. Dremmer, did I already put, my bad. Okay, Dremmer finishes off. We got Dremmer with 115,709.69. Got you. We got Dave D with 113,957.22. We got Jay Shear 2.0, our winner from yesterday, 113,888. I like that one. We got Manny Vera. That's embarrassing. Manny Vera, 114,010, over 114K. Justin said, come close week Wednesday night, I think we are looking for takeoff. I don't think they'll be able to keep price suppressed another week. I don't know. Apparently, retail's appetite for risk is higher than usual, which I'm like, where? Can they buy some freaking altcoins? Their appetite for risk is like, oh, I'm gonna buy some Nvidia. That's their appetite for risk. Like, that's the lamest appetite for risk ever. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Bitcoin currently trading at 113,996 and 50 cents. Justin said Nvidia all-time high today. I saw that. First company ever to hit like 4.5 trillion or some crazy ridiculous number like that. Oh. What's going on, Jake? What if I said appetite for risk makes me so horny? I don't know. The retail's appetite for risk is the lamest thing on the planet that I've ever heard of. I think I have that metric in the news segment, and I'm gonna make more fun of it when we get to it. But their appetite for risk is like, we're gonna invest in the S&P 500 on Robinhood. Like, that's the craziest thing in the world they've ever done. I'm gonna open a second 401k. It's not that risky. It's gonna be okay. Maybe you should buy a used car. It's like dumb shit. Appetite for risk. Oh man, what a meme. What a meme. Retail only buys mega green candles. That's what I'm saying. Their appetite for risk is buying some Nvidia. All right, we got Jake coming in with 115,200. Is that your daily close contest, guys? I'm gonna put it in there. Justin said, I did 10K gains on a 150K practice account today, trading copper minis. Best day I've ever had. Very cool. I have real copper. My appetite for risk is through the roof. You guys are not even aware of my appetite for risk right now. It's huge. I have such a big appetite for risk. It's crazy. All right, guys. 8 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for participating. Let's get these bad boys up on the board. Bitcoin 114.33. We got 115.709. 709.69. And that is Tremor. We've got Jake. Welcome to the channel. 115.200. We've got 114.010 from Manny Vera. We've got Tom Silix. Jeez. Goat with 114 even. We've got Giovanni Fontes 113.999. You guys screwing each other over. Kind of funny. We've got Dave D with 113.957.22. We've got 113.935.22. And last but not least, J Shear 2.0 with 113.888. Cool. Justin said trading commodities futures is a big appetite. That shit's more volatile than crypto. My bid is 100K. Tom Salkscoat said I'm only buying 2 or 3x long stocks at this point. Going hard on me, including TNA, 3x long, small caps, risk on, mother effer. Huge. Tom Salkscoat has an appetite for risk like no other. Oh man. Supersize me. Risk appetite. Oh my goodness. Guys, Bitcoin 114.40, 114.39.99. Currently, Manny Vera is in the lead. Will he take the win? Tom Salkscoat and Giovanni Fontes fighting each other for a micro-sized gap, a risk-off gap, if you will. A very small risk appetite. Giovanni said, my fault, Tom Salkscoat. I didn't even notice. Well, Manny Vera capped Tom Salkscoat as well, otherwise he'd be taking home the win today. Cutthroat risk appetite. I'm eating 2,000 calorie dinners full of risk. That's what Tom Salkscoat said. I'm eating 2,000 calorie dinners full of risk. Oh shit, that's so funny. That's so stupid. Okay, we got 2 minutes and 3 seconds remaining on the clock. Bitcoin currently trading at 114.48 and 93 cents. Here we go, 56 seconds plus 1 minute. Manny Vera still holding the lead. You guys let this one get away from you. That gap, Manny Vera's gap, is enormous. His appetite for risk is like no other. A never before seen appetite for risk. Supersize me my 600-pound life risk appetite. My 600-pound appetite for risk. That's the next TLC show. My husband won't stop trading really risky stock options. You know what I see? Whoa, this is going to trip me out. I see an inverse head and shoulders, but it's also Batman. Whoa. But his right ring is a little janky. We got 114.48 and 93 cents. Manny Vera still holding the lead, and that candle closed completely flat. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the candle that will determine the fate of our winner. Are we going to see some volatility, or are we going to close flat again with 114.48 and 93 cents, putting Manny Vera up top for the victory today, winning bragging rights, closest without going over. 41 seconds remaining on the clock. What's it going to be? Are we going to see a monstrous sell like we did yesterday? Or was it a buy? I don't remember. I just remember the win was completely stolen from Tyler, which was pretty epic. Congratulations once again, JShear 2.0, on that epic win. Manny Vera's enormous cavernous gap proving to be incredibly advantageous. The appetite for risk was unforeseen. Nobody could have predicted the risk appetite on Manny Vera. 7 seconds remaining. 114.48 and 93 cents. 3, 2, 1. And there it is. The daily and the quarterly close. And I think it was that the monthly as well. That was also the monthly close for Bitcoin. Congratulations, Manny Vera. Ladies and gentlemen, the daily close price for Bitcoin, 114.48 and 93 cents. I repeat, 114.48.93. 114.48.93. Congratulations, Manny Vera, on your victory. Very cool. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat for our winner. 114.010. Very cool. Congratulations, my friend. All right. Zoom out. Guys, spam the bananas in the chat for the winner. The risk appetite is through the roof. And we will show you what we have to satiate the appetite of risk. Appetite for destruction. Let's see. Very cool. Spam the bananas, ladies and gentlemen. Press the button. Yay! Very cool. Let me add Manny Vera to the winner's Google Doc. Manny Vera, are you Canadian? Let me know. Manny Vera, that is also your first win for the Daily Close Contest. Congratulations, my friend. Welcome to the channel. If you are unfamiliar with the rules, I will go over them now. Closest without going over wins bragging rights. If you nailed the first 6 digits, you would win $20. If you nailed all 8, which includes the change, you would win $300. Thank you to our generous subscribers, Mr. Robbers and Tyler. Tyler currently holding the Iron Throne for Daily Close Contest wins. So there's a chance for you to win up to $300 every single day. Subscribe, smash the like button. Congratulations on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat for our winner. Texas, very cool. So you're used to huge appetite for risk. Congratulations, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get a drum roll, please? This daily close prize is going to surprise a lot of people, I think. The winner of today's daily close contest with the guess of 114.10 even, and an actual Bitcoin daily close of 114.48 and 93 cents on September 30th, 2025. Mr. Manny Vera's prize is a hot dog with some Dijon mustard. Congratulations, Manny Vera, on your victory. Feel free to enjoy this bad boy. You can, I don't know what you guys do in Texas. Maybe, I'm assuming you guys eat it with your hands, but if you'd like, it's a little bit messy. Maybe get a fork and a knife, split it amongst your fellow competitors, your peers, your employers, your employees, your friends, your family, your mom, your dad, your grandma, your sister. Whatever you do, you are legally obligated to remove it from the premises. Congratulations once again on your victory. Enjoy. This is the first hot dog gifted to somebody other than Tyler in quite some time. A perhaps controversial take and an enormous appetite for risk, if I do say so myself. Congratulations, Manny Vera, once again on your victory. We got some news articles to go through, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Gold reaching a new all-time high of $3,870. Very cool. We got USDT issuer Tether buying 8,888 Bitcoin worth $1 billion in Q3 2025. Very cool. The SEC is considering allowing stocks to trade on-chain with plans to launch quickly, the information reports. President Trump says the U.S. will probably have a government shutdown. This is the bad news. Jim Cramer said investors should not worry about a U.S. government shutdown, which means it's probably going to be awful for the market. So I hope you guys have a large appetite for risk. NVIDIA has become the first company in history to reach a $4.5 trillion market cap. Very cool. This one's great. Telegram founder Pavel Durov predicts Bitcoin will reach $1 million. The man who perpetuates more scams on the planet than like the entirety of what Pump Fun is saying that Bitcoin's going to reach $1 million. It's probably going to reach $1 million. I'm just saying. Stablecoin mint 20 minutes ago, Circle issued another 750 million USDC on Solana. Very cool. US money supply is 21 trillion and about to shut down. Bitcoin was invented in 2008 GFE and has a supply of 21 million. Not a coincidence. Catch up. 1 million Bitcoin is programmed to back the money supply, which is just the debt. Very cool. Overnight gains are accelerating. Silver prices are now up 63% year to date. Gold prices up 46% year to date. Dang. Does Peter Schiff know that silver's outperforming gold? Because that's pretty embarrassing. This makes precious metals one of the best performing asset classes for 2 straight years, all as the US dollar collapses. It's in its worst year since 1973. We've said it before, and we will continue to repeat it. Own assets, or you will be left behind in the new era of monetary policy. Tom Salkscode said, Kramer also said, buy crypto. Kramer flip-flops more than anybody, and, you know, it's gotten to the point where I actually respect the guy for it. Like, nobody has a risk appetite as large as Jim Cramer. Okay. Breaking. Oil prices extended loss towards $62 per barrel on reports that OPEC Plus is considering a 500,000 barrel per day output hike every month for the next 3 months. Gas prices are likely heading to a new 2025 low next. I cannot wait. You know what's crazy? The price for gas where I live has remained the same for like 3 years. So, and same with eggs, I would like to report, same with eggs. And I don't know if it's because of where I live, but Trump coming out and being like, egg prices are low, gas prices are low. And then I go to work and I see gas is the same price that it was 3 years ago. And eggs are more expensive than they were the day before. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Is Michigan just a shit show? Probably. But what am I going to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm not going to buy eggs. Or I am, and they're going to be cheap as fuck. I gotta buy some cheap eggs. Tom Selleck said, it's because we froze all that Russia money and now talking about just taking it. So China buying a F ton of gold and other metals instead of holding dollars. Mikey Odin said going against Kramer is not bad. Right. All right. Next we got The SEC is reportedly moving to allow stocks to trade like crypto, where stocks would trade on-chain. Under the plan, investors could buy tokens on crypto exchanges that represent shares of companies like Tesla or Nvidia. Very cool. I'm not entirely sure what the purpose of that would be, but I'm not against it. President Trump commits to spending over $1 trillion on the military in 2026. I'm not sure what that's going to do, but sure. Let's throw some more money at him. The White House is set to announce the creation of Trump RX, a drug buying website. The website, it's like the Silk Road 2.0. The website would let users search for specific drugs and then connect them with manufacturers at a lower price. A deal with Pfizer is expected as well. Yeah, that explains so much. That's why we're bombing all of these boats and like these Venezuelan boats. Because they're competition. The Trump family and the White House, they're like, we can't have these guys undercutting our drug prices. And Trump's like talking about I don't remember what he called it, the alley or whatever. The runway. That's what he called it. The runway where they smuggle all the drugs over on boats. I don't know. That'd be funny if the website had a section called the runway. That's like the checkout. Instead of checkout, it's called the runway. Okay, anyways, next we got the U.S. has the highest public debt service cost in the world. U.S. net interest as a percentage of total government revenue reached 13% in 2024. This marks the highest share among major world economies. By comparison, Hungary, Canada, and Italy have a net cost of debt of 10%, 9%, and 8%, respectively. Heavily indebted Japan has interest costs of just 1% as the country benefits from relatively low interest rates. Meanwhile, the federal government has paid a record $1.2 trillion in interest on public debt over the last 12 months. The U.S. government needs lower rates more than anyone. That's ridiculous. Investors are hedging against volatility. Net dealer long positions in the volatility index, VIX, has jumped to 87,000 contracts, the highest in the last 4 years. This reflects investors' rush into funds that profit from a VIX spike, while dealers take the other side of the trade and hedge by buying futures. The largest fund tracking VIX performance, the S&P 500 VIX short-term futures ETN VXX, has seen assets surge 312% over the last year to $1 billion. During the same period, the 2x leverage long VIX futures ETF UVIX has seen a 215% surge in net inflows. Is volatility set to pick up soon? Probably. A shutdown is 8 hours away. If the U.S. government reaches a stopgap measure by 12:01 a.m. Eastern Time, the 21st government shutdown in U.S. history will begin. This will mark the first shutdown since December 2018, which lasted 35 days, the longest shutdown in U.S. history. Estimates show that a prolonged shutdown could cost more than 0.5% of the GDP in a quarter. Billions in government contracts will also be delayed, hitting businesses and defense contractors. All eyes are on the U.S. government. I still find it weird that this is even a possibility that this can happen. And why does it continue to happen? That seems like something that we could have fixed by now, but maybe I'm ignorant. It is what it is. Bitcoin 114.203 and 18 cents. Congratulations, Manny Vera, once again on your victory. Enjoy your Dijon hot dog. Retail, there we go, here we go. Retail investors' risk appetite is still rising. The 5-day moving average of retail call option volume is up to a record 9 million. Even during the 2021 meme stock frenzy, the largest spike in retail call options volume was 33% lower at 6 million contracts. This is nearly double the average put options volume. Since the 2020 PAN DEMIC, retail call option volume has tripled. This year alone, call volume has surged by 3 million contracts, or 50%. Retail investors are trading more than ever. That does not surprise me, but I don't know what the hell they're trading. Because altcoins haven't moved. So, can somebody teach them that crypto still exists? We got Google searches for altcoin season are rising again. Very cool. It's about damn time. Pendle. Apparently there was some kind of hack or some kind of breach with one specific wallet. Pendle said that there was no hack. A single wallet was compromised, with the exploiter minting and selling whatever PTYT is. So be careful out there, guys. Be safe. This is a PSA. You know, guard your keys. Don't click on any suspicious links. Make sure you only go through official channels. Robinhood plans to roll out prediction market in the UK and EU. Prediction markets are all the rave right now. Stock Money Lizards posted, even if you're not an alt-season believer, this chart says otherwise. Once the wedge breaks, I expect a short but heavy rally in alts. Background, Total 3 BTC has been in a 4-year falling wedge. Right now, we're getting rejected at the upper trend line, but we're also nearing the end of the wedge. These long-term structures tend to resolve with explosive upside. Why do I think so? Because this exact pattern already played out on BTC USD 2020 to 2022. 2 years of a wedge, breakout, next bull leg. This setup is the same here. A breakout in Total 3 doesn't mean Bitcoin dies. Bitcoin can go sideways or push moderately higher, but liquidity will rotate. That's where alts catch up fast. Let's see how it plays out. NFA DYOR. And this is the chart that we got with it. Total 3 versus Bitcoin 2020 to 2025. We got a wedge and an eventual break and explosion to the upside. So we'll see what happens. And then last but not least, we got our daily update. Today we got August jobs data and CB consumer confidence data. Tomorrow we got September ADP non-farm employment data and September ISM manufacturing PMI data. And then Thursday initial jobless claims data and Friday September jobs report. It is a jobs market heavy week. Congratulations, Manny Vera, once again on your victory. Bitcoin 114, 146 and 95 cents. Dominance did close above 59. So let's see if we can get back below that and push down so that alts can have some freedom, you know. What do we got here? I really want to know. Yes, okay. Dang it. All right, no bearish dip. It was possible, but the candle here closed lower than these candles, so not quite yet. Bitcoin's still chilling. All right, we got portfolio updates. The 1K to 10K Grok portfolios only down $96. Sol and ADA still holding up the pack. Sol is up $24. ADA's up $4. The rest are down. We got Doge, Proppy, Render, Ondo, Near, Shib, Aptos, and Fetch. Mr. Roberts said, I've had 2 years of wedge and I'm frankly sick of it. Commando from here on in. Mr. Roberts, what would you say your appetite for risk is? Large? We're surveying. I'm actually going to do a poll. Let's see. All right. Plexus said, is it risk like Trent? Get your enlarged chart today. His risk level's over 9,000. Okay. All right. Doge is only down $5. Proppy's down 8. Render's down 10. Ondo's down 12. Near's down 13. Shib is down 24. Aptos is down 28. And Fetch is down 30. And then we got our Memecoin portfolio is down $126. Whip is the only one in profit, up $17. Doge is down 3. Pepe is down 5. SNEK is down 30. And GigaChat is down 107. That's crazy. Mr. Roberts said, I was making an underwear joke. My risk tolerance in the market is pretty damn high. That's been a big point of contention today, is how big is your risk appetite? Lexa said, risky like shagging in public, getting sloppy on the airplane, risky like back to front door. Flex's appetite for risk is Not very appetizing, if I do say so myself. Giovanni said, let's just say if there was no alt season, I have no net worth anymore. I love that typo. That's my favorite typo. Okay. Narrative portfolio. My favorite. And what was once the best performer. Still in profit. $13.39. Let's see. We got two assets in the red. VeChain is down $21 and Fetch is down $9. Mana's up 4, Tau is up 4, and Pepe's still up 33, looking good. Tom Sogscoat said risky like shagging on the airplane while sloppy. Risky like Sloppy Joe. Sloppy Joe's pretty risky. Risky like white shirt Sloppy Joe. Eating Sloppy Joe's while wearing a white shirt. That's pretty high risk tolerance. Okay. And last but not least, oh, I gotta go through my spiel. The narrative portfolio, in case you guys are curious, I'm sure you guys are, is made up of one meme coin, one artificial intelligence coin, one decentralized physical infrastructure coin, one gaming coin, and one decentralized physical infrastructure coin. I think I got them all. I was gonna joke about how I forget one of them every single day. And while I was thinking about that, I forgot one of them, I think. We got AI, DPIN, RWA, meme coin, and gaming. Okay, I got it. I feel like I'm losing my mind, man. All right, then last but not least, we got the perfect entry portfolio. Still $50 in profit. This portfolio is made up entirely of coins voted on by you, the community, and you guys absolutely killed it. We got $100 in each coin. Initial investment is $1,000. 5 are red and 5 are green. Render is down $19. Avalanche is down $13. The Graph is down 12. Pith is down 5, and Ondo's down 2. Sui is up 5, ETH is up 6, Sol is up 15, Crow is up 28, and Chainlink is still up a whopping $40. This portfolio is the darling, the golden child. The highest appetite for risk of them all. Bitcoin still lingering, 114, 145. Alexa said, how many times have you left your phone in the car? That shit's getting annoying. I actually don't leave my phone in the car ever. I have stoner dropped my phone once, and it resulted in the phone breaking. So I learned very quickly not to do that. I wasn't even high. I stoner dropped my phone with no excuse. Like, how do you stoner drop your phone and you're not stoned? So I was just a dumbass. The worst risk appetite. That day, my appetite for risk was non-existent. It was awful. It literally, like, it fell. I went to go get out. It fell, and I heard it, and I was like, what the hell was that? And I put my foot down on this gravel driveway, and I stepped right on the phone, and the phone was face down. So the screen just got all these rocks, and my fat-ass foot went crunch, and I just destroyed the glass. I was like, oh, no! And I just bought the phone that day. Like, the day before. I was so pissed. That sucked so bad. So then I ordered a real phone off of eBay. Because that phone was like $26 from Kroger. I told you guys I had no appetite for risk. Tom Selleck Scout said, drop my phone all the time. Get a good case and tempered glass screen protector. I don't like the screen protectors. I just don't drop my phone anymore. I've never been... There's, for some reason, people, like, break their phones all the time. That's, like, a common thing. People just have broke-ass phones. I cannot do that. I don't want my screen broken. I don't want to have to fix things all the time. I just want my phone to not be broken, and it's too easy for me to just not break my phone. I don't know. Maybe I'm an asshole. Maybe I have too high of an appetite for risk. What do we got? Anything green? Everything's pretty mundane right now. I want to go take a look at Strike. I showed you guys that they have entered the top 10 for monthly revenue, which is crazy for perp.dex. Look at that. Man, what a thing of beauty. Flexa said, I've rage punched many phones. Bitches be annoying. You punch your phone? That seems so, like, logistically complicated. Okay, I get it. It actually seems like it would be incredibly satisfying. I kind of want to try it now. I've punched a beetle before. That was pretty funny. Me and my fiance, we were riding four-wheeler, and we like stopped in the woods to wander around because there was like this really pretty water and shit. And we're standing by the four-wheeler, and there's this big weird beetle thing flying around, and it like keeps flying by her, and she's like, "What the hell? Get away from me!" And I like looked at the beetle, and then I just went, BAM! And it went, meow, and it like landed on the seat of the four-wheeler and was like, "Whoa, what the fuck, bro? Did you just fucking punch me in the face?" It was so fucking funny. We talk about that frequently. It was pretty good. You ever punch a beetle mid-flight? Gotta protect your old lady. Bitcoin's turning a little bit red here. We got 113,966 and 92 cents. Congratulations, Manny Vera, once again on your victory. Enjoy your Dijon mustard wiener. Let's go take a look at total 3 really quick. I want to look at the big picture. Can I turn off? How do I turn off my crap? Isn't there a thing to hide it? This? Let's go. That's so nice, dude. Okay. That makes things so much easier. Like I said, not a beetle. I smashed a seagull with my backpack and it got ran over. Oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck? That's fucked up, Flexa. What did the seagull do? Jeez. Also, with your backpack? That seems so obscure. Why your backpack? Jesus. That was too much, man. That's too much appetite for risk. Aw, I can't put markings on it. Okay, well, that sucks. We'll just shut them off anyways. Dude, I can keep drawing. That's a thing? That's so sick. Lock all drawings. Okay. All I see is a giant... I suppose it's more of a rising channel than a rising wedge. Mr. Roberts said, Flexa, that's horrible. That's what I'm saying, man. When you walk past the area, they fly at your... Oh, okay. Dude, there's a video. There's so many... I don't know. I think they're called magpies. There's... He's trying to justify it now. He's like, they're really mean. They, like, say mean things. And I was not having it that day. There's so many videos of people getting attacked by magpies. You said funny name of a place too. Hung Wang food. That's pretty great. I would eat Hung Wang. I would eat Hung Wang every day, dude. I bet you Hung Wang is delicious. Huge appetite for risk at Hung Wang. But dude, the videos crack me up. There's like a lady riding her bike and she's got like a helmet on. And she's filming herself, and then the magpies just start dive bombing, and she's like, ah! Like riding her bike. And then there's the one of the little kid on his scooter. The little kid on his scooter is the best, dude. He's just like, ah! Like screaming going down the hill. And this guy's filming him, and the birds aren't bugging the dude, but they're going after this kid. The kid's freaking out. His face is like beet red, and he's like screaming and crying, barreling down the hill. Birds are scary when you're a kid, man. That's why I don't blame Jordan. Jordan doesn't like freaking pelicans. Because, like, some weird shit happened when he was a kid. They're pretty creepy. I don't blame him. But I remember I had a Power Wheels four-wheeler. And we had a bunch of turkeys. And I was going around my backyard. And the turkey were mean, dude. They, like, ran after me all the time. So I'm driving my four-wheeler, and I'm, like, whipping around. And it's a Power Wheel. So I'm going probably, like, 1 mile an hour, and I'm like whipping around the backyard, and the birds can't get to me because I'm too fast on my little Power Wheels four-wheeler, and then the battery dies, and I was like, oh shit, because I'm in the back now, and all the turkey are in the background. They're like, oh, he's not moving. And then I like got off the four-wheeler, and we hadn't built our back deck yet. So I could not get into the back door. I had to run all the way around the house. I just remember bailing off the four-wheeler and hauling ass. And I could hear them coming after me behind me. And I did not look back, dude. I just ran all the way around to the front of the house and got inside. It was so friggin' scary. Alexa said, went to cemetery with my mom. Magpie stole the bobblehead from her car. Then came back, dropped the head on her lap, and stole the body. Effing weirdo birds. Dude, that's so good. Turkey's like, I got you now, bitch. Come here, sucker. Dude, it was so good. I would love to, like, recreate that. That event. That shit was so funny. Turkeys are terrifying, dude. They're big, fat ass. They remind me of, like, your stereotypical, like, fat, like, business executive. All I picture is a fat Monopoly man. But they're, like, mean. They're fat, mean assholes. Huge appetite for risk. Okay, I'm not allowed to draw on here without turning on all the drawings. Let's turn them back on. Okay, yeah, I see the giant wedge. We definitely broke bearish out of that wedge. The question is, are we going to break back into it? Oh, interesting, interesting. I don't know if I did this on purpose, but these shapes right here. This bottom. We got a green dot back here. That was the Pico bottom, actually. But saggy neck, fat office people. I'm dead. Dude, that's all I can picture. That's literally turkeys. So I'm getting these vibes out of this right here. It looks pretty similar with the initial sell-off and then the recovery and then the chop. And with that chop, I bet you right here, everyone's going to open up a short. And then they're going to get liquidated. Let's copy. Let's get a fractal going here. I'm going to do this. This is what I'm thinking. Which unfortunately, well, no, actually, October 10th. I don't mind that. October 10th, October 11th, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to leave that there. I'll get rid of this one because I'm not really feeling it. Actually, I want to keep that one there too. I lied. I'm totally feeling it. We got a green dot in our momentum wave. We have yet to cross bullish over this moving average. Kind of trying to establish inverse head and shoulders, it looks like, maybe. We'll see. We'll see what comes of it. Mr. Roberts said magpies trade alts for sure. Rage trade, right? Dude, I wonder if you could teach a crow to trade for you. They're smart, dude. They're like weirdly smart. I like the videos of the ones that bring you people money and stuff. Imagine having like your own little thief bird that just like steals stuff from people and brings it to you. Like a little bird mafia. That's so sick. You imagine like the FBI raiding your house because you have like an army of birds that are just committing crimes. That's so stupid. I wonder if you could get in trouble for that. They would have to have evidence that you did that. Could that be a crime though? Training animals to do illegal things? I wonder if that's a thing. I mean, obviously you can't like give a gun to a monkey. That's like, obviously that's a crime. Because you gave them a gun. But I mean, if you like teach the monkey how to like make a spear or something, that's totally different. Then you got plausible deniability. Officer, are you insinuating that I taught this monkey how to make a spear? What kind of risk appetite do you think I have? Okay, we're getting a little green here again. 114.89.98. Yeah. All right, let's see what kind of risk appetite you guys have. I'm ending the poll. Results are in. What would you say your risk appetite? What would you say your appetite for risk is? 45% of you said large. 33% said medium. 22% said extra large, humongous risk. 0% of you guys said small. Nobody has small risk. I can get behind that. Respect. Respect the risk. Instead of the Rizzler, the Riskler. Oh, man. You got infinite risk. Alright, so Strike looks good. Let's go take a look at our meme coins on Pimp Peak Internet Mail Performance. That's quite possibly the gayest token name ever. Government Shutdown, that one's funny. Dude, Ass Turd is possibly my favorite meme that I've heard recently. We got Pengu. Pengu's been underperforming, man. Oh no, Ray's down 20%. That stinks. Hopefully our buddy's holding in there. We got a WM, little waste management going on. There's potential here. Hold on. WM, and it's perfectly touching right where it normally does before it takes off. So let's see if that actually plays out. It might be a little bit lower. I don't know. We'll see. Got some green, some nice buys. Let's see what else. I'm going to just sort them. Bigfoot's up 15%. $29,000 market cap. That's in the last 24 hours. Apparently some rando bought some Bigfoot, I guess. Bongo Cat still exists. Naked Jim. How does Naked Jim still have a $1.1 million market cap? That's so weird. We got DBI, Major Frog, Cheeseball, still one of my favorite pictures. Used Car, Pythia, Hawk Tua. I can't believe that's still around. Pesto, SNEK, DMG, Moodang, Roar. Let's go check on Roar. It's been a minute. Okay. It did not hit that all-time high like it had previously done. Interesting how, I don't know how it played out pretty close. I'd say a good 60% of that fractal, maybe 70 even. Interesting. It did not hit the current all-time high either. Back down to 54. This kind of seems like a pretty easy trade, because it regularly goes up to at least 10. I don't know. I don't know. Everything else pretty lame. R.I.P. Harambe. Can't believe I got ripped off on Splo. What a piece of junk. Zen Addicted Ants. I actually played this one really well because it was popping off. So this initial one, I think I missed this one, but I got it like... Oh no, that had to have been it then. I missed back here. And it started getting popular again on Twitter. I think I bought in this wick at this level. And then I sold very shortly afterwards. It had to have either been in here or in here. But that was exciting. Zen Addicted Ants. Pretty funny. Pretty funny meme. The guy was literally giving Zen pouches to ants every single day. So it was good memeability, you know. Market's pretty quiet. I'm probably gonna call it, I suppose. We're gonna have to do an emergency pump stream soon. I can feel it, especially now that it's Q4, which, by the way, goodbye Q3. You sucked really bad and nobody likes you. Very little appetite for risk. Q3, worst risk appetite. Hardly even existing. But anyways, guys, as always, if Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I'll hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way out. Happy Tuesday and good night.